Hello, hello, hello. Happy whatever day it is today. Do you know what day it is?
Yes.
What day is it today?
National Chocolate Day.
National Chocolate Day. Do you have any chocolate?
No.
You don't?
No.
Do you have chocolate in your belly?
Mm.
You do? Oh my gosh, they can't see you, sweet pea. You have to come closer. Well, hopefully some of our friends will come on. Do you know why I put it so late at night? Because we got a lot of people who are in California. In California, it's 3 hours time difference. So it's 10 o'clock here. So it's subtract 3. Do you know what time it is in California? 10, 9, 8, 7?
It's
7:04
7:04.
in California. Somebody's watching us, so they might not know who you are. You better tell them who you are. What's your name? What's your name?
Gracie.
Gracie. Oh, she's acting all serious. We got 4 people. You better show them the crazy Gracie girl stuff. Come on, show them how crazy you are. Any other time I'm telling her, don't be crazy. Don't. Oh, Cynthia's on here. Well, now she's excited. All right. She just got out of the shower. She had ninja camp today, right? So I wanted to come on here and talk about 3 things that you can do to get more done. But I know you have something to share with them. How do you get all of your stuff done? Yeah, I thought you were going to tell them what you do to get your stuff done.
I was.
Oh my gosh. Well, now she's fired. Okay. What do
No
you
one
do?
told me.
Oh my gracious. Okay, listen, let's do it this way then. So Grace, first of all, tell everyone hi. Oh, look, and Martha's in California too. Auntie Cindy and Auntie Martha. All right, so when mommy gives you a bunch of things to do, how do we make sure that you get them all done and you don't forget what they were before you got to your room or the playroom or whatever? Tell our friends so that they can
Write it on a clipboard or a piece of paper.
Okay, they're over there with your monster voice, okay? So, come on, Grace.
Write it on a clipboard or a piece of paper.
You write it on the clipboard?
With a piece of paper.
Okay, you write it on, you silly bean. Okay, so she puts it on the piece of paper and she attaches it to the clipboard, okay? And then as you do it, what do you do?
Okay. Where's the camera?
Where's the camera? What do you do when you do one of the tasks? You check it off? Yeah, you put an X or a check? An X. Okay, so why does it help you to have it the piece of paper on the clipboard? Why does that help you?
It reminds me.
It reminds you because sometimes mommy will say, go do this, go do this, go do this. And then what happens by the time you get there?
I forget.
And you might get distracted and start playing with Barbies, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do you have any tips for our friends who are watching, the ladies and gentlemen, to get more stuff done in a day?
Write it on a clipboard and try and make your schedule a lot more spaceable.
Oh, your schedule a lot more what?
Spaceable.
What? Your schedule needs to be a lot more spaceable. Can you elaborate on that?
Make it so you have more room to do stuff.
Oh, okay. So make your schedule so that you have more room to do stuff. So do you mean that if you say you're going to clean, that you leave more time?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Well, that's really good. Any more tips before you leave and I keep talking?
No.
Okay, tell them one more time what day it is today in case they didn't hear.
National Chocolate Day.
And then where are you going right now?
To go eat some chocolate.
I figured that. All right, so that is my daughter, Gracie girl, Gigi girl. She's 8 years old, and typically she's like, wow, kind of like her mama. Oh, now she's doing her crazy dance over there. So I wanted to come up here, and I just want to give you a couple tips. I know I have a lot of viewers that are in Pacific time, so I wanted to, since I was up today, I wanted to, specifically come on to make sure that you were able to join me live, okay? So that I had something for you. So I want to give you my 3 tips. Well, as you heard from my daughter, what we always do is grab a clipboard and we write it down because I know many of you're always trying to put it in your noggin and you think, I'm going to get it done. And then what happens? Like your child comes in, your grandchild comes in, the doorbell rings, whatever. So what I do is I have a notebook and it's just like a cheap one and it's super small. And I also keep clipboards, okay? Around, oh, my nose is itchy, sorry. I have clipboards so that I can keep everything in one place. It's so cold under here, sorry. So I have everything in one place. So I have a clipboard for each business, okay? So I just clip on if there's orders, if there's anything I need to do, a bill I need to pay, I have them on my clipboards. And you know why I have them on a clipboard? Because guess what happens? It's like a tornado comes through here, right? Or I'm clumsy. I knocked over Diet Coke and water today. I thought the whole place was going to go up in sparks because it fell on the electrical thing. But I was able to quickly lift up my clipboard and I was able to save the paper. So if you're clumsy, it is helpful, okay? But also you have everything in a place. Even if your clipboard looks the mess, like if you typically have your papers on your kitchen table, put them in that clipboard, okay? So that you know where everything is and you can quickly sort through it, okay? Oh, so Cindy likes Grace's hoodie. It's actually her PJs from Target. It's like a little, it's what do you like a onesie type thing? It's little shorts and then a hoodie. Yeah, thank you. I will tell her. Oh, Martha's granddaughter's name is Grace. Also, I'm gonna show Grace these comments since it's National Chocolate Day. Like we needed another excuse to eat chocolate in this house, but she went to go eat some chocolate, so that's why she was like not as like this. She wanted to go get the chocolate because when I go upstairs, I'm gonna send her to bed, and there will be no more chocolate. So we have a rule in my house, and it's the kitchen is open or is the kitchen closed. So once I announce the kitchen is closed, nobody can eat. I don't care if you say you're starving to death, the kitchen is closed. So she'll always say to me, Mama, is the kitchen closed? Because she knows she won't be able to have a snack. All right. So my first tip is for you to get a clipboard or get a notepad. And the only thing that you write on that notepad is what you need to remember to do. Okay. So this is what I had to do today. So guess what I do? What do you call this, Dev? What do you call this when you fold the piece of paper down? So that lets me know that that day is done. Then what I do is I take anything that is left over that I did not get done today, and it goes on the next day, okay? And the reason why this is so important, somebody write this down, because if you have a million to-do lists and you never take the information that you didn't do and put it on your next list, you miss out. And just like I never want you to lose out on a business opportunity or a lead or follow up, I never want you to miss something that was on your to-do list because it was there for a reason. Now, unless it's something that you're no longer interested in doing, let's say it was paint the fence blue and you no longer want to paint the fence blue, of course, don't put it on your to-do list, okay? But do you get my idea? Is that helpful to you? So if it said something like, maybe it was order, index cards, because as Cindy will tell you guys, I'm all about index cards. So maybe it was order index cards and you didn't do it today. If you don't go and move it till tomorrow, you're not going to remember that you did the index cards. Do you know why? Because your brain thinks you did it because you wrote it down. So sometimes that's what happens with our noggin. We write it down and we think it's completed. Have you ever done that before? You wrote something on your grocery list, right? And you think you bought it, but you didn't. It was just because you wrote it down. There's something powerful about that, isn't it? Okay, so grab your clipboards or grab a notebook, and the only thing is going to be what you need to do, okay? Out of your noggin onto the paper. And then you're going to transfer whatever didn't get done until the next page, okay? So that was my step 1 for you. My step 2 for you is you need to have a process, okay? I talk to so many people, or I see so many people getting this course and that course and going all over the place, and they're just searching out of desperation of how they're going to make their business work. And they believe that it's the magic is in whatever that next person is going to tell them. I'm here to tell you that you can buy 5 bazillion courses. If you do not have your business systems in check, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. And I'm just being honest with you because that's how I roll. Sorry, my nose is running. And it's so cold in here. I shouldn't be complaining when it's so hot outside, right? So listen to this, guys. So have you ever worked for a company and when you go and you get started, they're like, okay, we're going to go do your on-the-job training. We're going to show you the new whatever training. So if you're a cashier at Walmart, you didn't just walk in and they're like, okay, you're going to take register 6. No, they told you what the procedures were. They showed you where the bathroom was. They told you when your break was. They told you if you called in sick, what the procedure was. They told you how to do the cash register. What happens if a credit card doesn't go through? What are the words you're supposed to say? There was a procedure, right? I worked at JCPenney. I worked at the salon. But even though I worked in the salon, they made me go to cashier training, because I would have to ring up the people who were getting the services done. And we also sold, shampoo and nail polish and everything. I needed to know the process. What if I rang it up wrong? How do you avoid it? Things like that. That is the process. Where's the time clock? All of those things. So I want you to think back to when you worked for somebody else. Was there a process? Say yes or say no. Now, I want you to ask yourself this. Do I have a process in my own business? If I had to tell somebody to do something, would they be able to do it, or is it in here? Or maybe you don't have any steps. Are you winging it? I'd love to know. No judgment, okay? But are you winging it, or do you have steps in place? How do you get a customer? What do you do with them? Then what happens? Is there automation? Is there a welcome email? What is it? What happens when they become your customer? If you're leading a team, do you have a process? So somebody joins your team, or maybe you have a brick and mortar, another type of business. Somebody joins your business. What do you do to make them feel welcome? How do they feel secure? How do they know how you roll? Or are you just winging it? Okay. So I want you to think about that for a minute. Okay. Mildred just said yes. All right. Yeah. I've never worked at a place that didn't have a set process of how they do things. I mean, McDonald's, look at that. You can go into any McDonald's and you know exactly what to expect. They can tell their people, this is how we do it. The bun goes here. I don't know what comes first, the cheese or the meat, the pickle, whatever, how much ketchup. There's consistency. And let me tell you guys something. Somebody write this down. There's comfort in consistency. I'm going to make a shirt. And there's also cash in having consistency, okay? And the reason there's comfort in it is because we know what to expect. Don't we all love to know that? That's why we like to be in a healthy relationship, because we know what to expect from that person, right? Your children, they feel safe because they know what to expect from you. Dinner, will it be at this time? It's typically this. This is our policy. This is what we do. Like in my family, how it goes down is Big Daddy cooks the dinner, okay? Everyone eats. There should be no devices, right? Everyone takes care of their own dish. They have to rinse it. And then the children have a dry erase board, and all the dates are there, like the first, the second, the third, and their initials. So they know whose day it is to wash the dishes and load them up in the dishwasher. The next day, it's going to be the other person's job to unload the dishwasher. They know exactly what to do. There's no fighting about it. Well, except for when Grace goes up to, you can imagine what she does. She licks her finger. It's so gross. And she tries to change her name so she doesn't have to do the dishes that day. She's not thinking ahead, because then we can clearly see the pattern. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. They know what to expect. I'm not nagging anybody. Okay. So I want you to think about that. If you're in your business and you're like thinking, okay, I don't know what day tomorrow is. Is it Thursday? Tomorrow's Thursday. I really should get some new customers, right? I should probably get 5 new customers. Okay. How exactly are you going to do that? And then what are you going to do with them once you get them? I don't know. I'm just making money. Okay, this is the issue I see when I speak with people. It's that they're wanting to get money right now, but they're not thinking about consistency, and they're not thinking about long term. Do you want a customer, which is one time, or do you want a client who keeps coming back to you because you're consistent? So I want you to answer that. Are you consistent in your process of how you gain new clients? And is it repeatable? Is it duplicatable? Can somebody just walk into your business if you needed help? And you can say, here, this is how we do it. Let me show you something, guys. So I have an assistant. Here's one of ours. What is this? This is how we set up a slide broadcast campaign. So I use slide broadcast. So this one leaves a voicemail, okay? So anybody can come into my business if I needed help, and I can give them this guide, okay? Why is it in this page protector? Well, you can buy these on Amazon if you need one, because you use a dry erase or a washable marker. And this is how I roll. Every step gets completed. If you do it, check it off. If you do it, check it off. Do you know why? Because it's like a recipe. if you miss one step, it's not going to work. Okay. And I like to be efficient. And guess what? This is comforting to somebody. Someone can come into my business and I can say, okay, this is what we do. Here's the check off list, right? And just copy it. And then they do it. Okay. So now some people, of course, they get overwhelmed when they see steps. But I tell you, just go baby step, one step at a time, one step at a time. Okay. So where is your consistency? Do you have it? Now the comments stopped. Uh-oh. Did I hit a nerve, guys? Did I hit a nerve? It's okay. It's just me. It's just Erica. And I'm here to help you. Okay. Well, I don't know where my magic wand is, but I'm your fairy godmother, the queen of non-pushy sales, and I'm here to help you. But we all do need to, be honest with ourselves. And it's okay if you don't want to type it here. That's okay. But I do ask you to take that and say to yourself, you know what? She's right or she's wrong, right? Do you have a process? Or maybe you kind of have a process, but you're not consistent with it. And maybe there's some little holes in that process that we can tighten up together and it'll be really smooth, okay? So let me know your thoughts on that. Okay, so I talked about the clipboard, right? Or the notebook, taking anything from your to-do list and making sure that whatever didn't get done goes on to the next day, okay? We talked about a process. What is your process for if you have a new employee or a new team member, right? Or a business partner or a customer, okay? All right, so let's talk about that, okay? Oh, look, Mildred is being honest. Good job, Mildred. She said it makes sense. I did some of this when I was in St. Croix, but now I don't usually have any consistency now that she's back in, and she's in New York, my hometown. All right. Uh-oh. Cindy says, take my word for it. Don't miss the steps. Yes, Cindy, you can type what happens, right? Feel free to share what happens when you miss the steps. So you guys know I'm not a chef. Maybe I'm Chef Boyardee, but I am not a chef. But I do know how to make a cake. And I do know that if you skip some steps, it doesn't come out the same way. It's almost just like if you use baking soda or baking powder, even though the first word is the same, the ending isn't. And the end of your baking is not going to be the same. So steps are important. I am the queen of keeping it simple. Make it a recipe and make it so easy. Yes, the recipe will flop, Cindy. That's right. So guys, the reason why I like to keep things simple is because, I have 3 brain injuries. And for me, when I was in my recovery from my brain injury, I was having a very hard time getting started. I don't know. Can anyone relate to that? Like, you have all this stuff to do, but you just can't figure it out. How am I going to get this all done? And what do you say to yourself? I'll just figure it out later. Let me just go have a little drink. Let me have some chocolate. I'm going to figure it out later. But then our brain's like, I can't figure it out. So let me go shop on Amazon. Let me scroll on Facebook. Let me go do the laundry. Oh, the children need me. You are doing everything in your power to not get started because you just can't figure it out. Okay, so I can help you figure things out, all right? But that's why I always love to give people systems. I promise you, if you get systems in place, you are going to make a lot more money because you're not missing out on opportunities, okay? So let's talk about this for a second. So my third tip, okay, because I'm talking too much. Oh my goodness, I get so fired up when I talk about systems and stuff, okay? All right, let me calm down for a minute, okay? All right, so my third thing is, what are you doing after you pre-qualify everybody? Okay, so I know you're all pre-qualifying. If you're not pre-qualifying and you don't know what I'm talking about, what I mean is before you ever have a chit chat or do a presentation with somebody or allow them to come into your group or allow them to come into an event, you need to pre-qualify them. Okay, some people call it pre-profile. Some people call it pre-qualification. Guys, this is sales 101. Make sure that you're doing that, okay? And if you're like skipping that step, I can promise you that people who skip the pre-qualification process, their sales are here. I can tell you they could be way higher. Do you know why their sales are lower? Because they don't know what people want. Now they have a hard time reaching people after an event, right? Or after they give them information. There's no buy-in. If that person does not fill out some type of what I do is surveys, you could do a text, you could do something, but there needs to be some type of something, right? So you are gathering data. Do you know who they are? Do you know their email address? Are you building your email list? Do you know what they're interested in? Let me just give you a quick thing, okay? So now you have your pre-qualification process, okay? So I know I speak to people all the time, guys. I've been virtual 9 years. So if you take nothing out of this, take this nugget. If you have a Facebook group, okay, and you are just allowing every Tom, Dick, and Harry to come into that group, you are missing an opportunity. Okay. So I have my Facebook group, right? Business Talk for Sales. And not just anyone cannot come into my group. If you do not answer my questions, so I understand information about you, you cannot be in my group. Okay. If you want to be in my other group for skincare, you cannot just come in there. I need to know information about you. So the other thing is I run events in my skincare group, okay? The only way that somebody can come to one of my events is if they register. You know why? I need to know what they're interested in. Okay. And if you are running events and you don't know what people are interested in, you're just like, oh, my hostess is going to invite her friends and they're just going to come in and I'm just going to talk about stuff and everyone's going to buy. You're wrong. Because not everyone's going to remember where the group is because someone just invited them. They don't know who you are. They don't know when it is. You have no way to send them reminders. You are a professional reminder. Trust me, okay? You have no way to do any of this stuff. So you've sold yourself short because you were desperate to get that sale. Okay. So please get your process in place so you know exactly what happens in your business and then just keep repeating the same process. Your sales will be so much higher. If anyone's watching me and you follow my system, let me know what you think about that. Are your sales higher when you follow the steps? Okay. So what I wanted to say to you is, oh, look at this. Yes, this is crucial. And Mildred's just getting started. I'm so excited for you. Guys, listen, these simple steps, I know it sounds like silly. And maybe you're like, well, I've been in business 20 years. I never heard of such a thing. Well, I'm glad you met me now. But listen, you can implement these right into your process now. So let's say if you're not pre-qualifying people, you're just letting them into the group. Okay, so now pre-qualify them. There needs to be some type of way that you're gathering data. If you do surveys, that's great. If you don't, that's fine. But you need to ask strategic questions. Your sales will be so much higher. You'll have such an easier time following up with them after an event. Okay, this is what I wanted to tell you about that. And I'm teaching all about that. Are you registered? Who's registered for tomorrow night? I almost forgot. Tomorrow's Thursday, right, guys? So tomorrow is Thursday. So the 8th of July at 8 o'clock, I am doing a webinar and I'm going to give you all kinds of free tips that's going to get your cute little patootie into action. This is just a little sample right now. You just wait. You're going to be mind blown tomorrow. If you're ready to take action, tomorrow is the date for you to come. All right. So here, Cindy has something she wants to say. So she's got sales, new team members, and everything is way, way easier with the pre-qualification. Yeah. So if you need help with that, we're going to talk about it tomorrow. So what I wanted to mention is, so now you've got all these people who are pre-qualified. You've got your process down pat. We know that not 100% of the people are going to want to have a chit chat with you. Not 100% are going to want to be in your Facebook group, right? So what do? Do you just forget about them? No. Listen, guys, if you want to get to the people who want your product or service, number one, if they took the time to fill out your registration, don't you think they're a little bit interested? Yeah. So now all you need to do is figure out what it is they want so that you can, serve them. Okay. So how are you keeping track of that? So I have a process. So I use paper until they fill out my registration or my market research or anything. And then I move to Google Sheets, and I'm going to come in and do a training all about Google Sheets. I'm not sure what day I'm going to do that. I'll let you know. I got to look at my schedule, okay? Because I've got guest speakers coming in the Business Talk for Sales group. But I just want to let you know there's so many things that you can do to simplify your business. But why I like Google Sheets and why I like Google Docs, number one, they're free. They sync together. So your phone and your computer, it all goes together. If you have an assistant, so you guys have met Carla, okay? So Carla and I have a running Google Doc. So if she has to ask me a question, she writes it in there and I can respond, or vice versa. It's a running doc. I have Google Sheets. She's on there too, and we can color code. With my team as well, we can color code a running Google Sheet. It's so much easier. So what I want to say to you is when you're doing your pre-qualification and you're setting up your systems, I want you to think about 3 or 4 colors that you can use, okay? So whether you have a favorite highlighter and it's got 4 colors on it or whatever, I want you to think of 4 colors that you can use, that they're going to resonate with you and that you're going to have as part of your process. Like for me, if it's green, they purchased. If it's purple, they joined my team, right? If it's blue, there's an appointment, okay? But they didn't buy. And if it's yellow, they have an appointment scheduled, okay? Those are mine. If it's white, nothing happened, okay? So who do I focus on? The white and the blue, right? And then brown is we don't need to talk to these people ever again. But what is your color coding system? And be consistent. So the word of the day is the letter, it's like Sesame Street. Today has been brought to you by the letter C. See, I don't have any more. Chocolate. It's been brought to you by chocolate because this is chocolate, National Chocolate Day, but also consistency, okay? Clarity, okay? Get clear on what you want out of your business. And you know what, guys? I want to leave you with one thing. I talk with a lot of people every single day, and I'll say to them like, hey, do you send birthday cards, for example, to your customers? Oh, I only have 50 customers. And I'm like mind blown. What is there, a magic number? You can't send a birthday card until they're 63? All I'm saying is one person can change your business. Celebrate them, honor them. If you have one customer, okay, treat them like gold. They're going to give you referrals. Now you'll have 6 customers, right? And treat those 6 customers. Everything starts with one. Nobody starts a business with thousands of people, okay? So please, guys, up your game. Make your life easier. You will have so much more free time. I talk to a lot of people who are so busy. I'm not interested in having a life where I'm so busy. I'm interested in having the life of my dreams. What about you guys? I'm sure you want to travel or own a home in another area or do all kinds of things on your time schedule. And you can do that, but you've got to get clear, consistent, and set up your simple systems, okay? I hope that this was helpful. Oh, Mildred, she sends out birthday cards. Awesome. Me too. I love it. And who would have thought just that simple act of honoring someone's birthday, it elevates you. And I can tell you, I've had such an increase in sales, and I'm tracking my numbers. So from last month and for a whole year, I'm going to let you guys all know how much more my business has increased since I started sending out personalized birthday cards too. If anyone wants to know what service I use, I'd be happy to share. But tomorrow, guys, 8:00 is my webinar, and it's going to be the simple action steps, okay, to help you to gain more clients, make more money, okay? So if you know anybody who should attend that, so let's see, an entrepreneur, someone in sales, your hairdresser, the person who sold you the house or the car, the boutique that you bought your beautiful blouse from, or jewelry, your Pampered Chef lady, your Mary Kay lady, your Avon lady, your activewear lady, and the guys. don't forget about the gentlemen. We want them to be here too, okay? Anybody who's got a business, maybe they have a charity, let's invite them. So you can simply go to my business page, Erica V Online, and just send out this video or send out the picture where it has the link for them to register, okay? And I'm super excited for tomorrow. Now listen, I gotta tell you a secret, okay? I've never done a webinar with slides before, and tomorrow is going to be my first time. So I'm kind of testing it out. So because it's kind of like my guinea pig, I'm going to have to do like a prize, okay, for you guys watching my webinar with my slides. I'm a little nervous about them. So I hope it all goes well, but I can promise you, with slides or without slides, you're going to get so much value that you can implement the very next day. Anything I teach you doesn't take long. You can walk in and start implementing, okay? So I'm super excited. Thank you for staying up with me if you're on the East Coast, and thank you guys on the West Coast. I'm super excited. Oh, Mildred's my new bestie. Thank you for cheering me on. So we all need a cheerleader in our life, right? And that's what I want to be for all of you. I want to be your cheerleader. I want to help you to get your systems in place so you can be rocking and take your business to the next level. Step by step, guys. You will be amazed when you look back and you're like, whoa, look how far I've come. Oh my gosh, we'll have to have a party for you, okay? All right, if you haven't registered, get to registering, and I will see you tomorrow. And not only that, in my Business Talk for Sales group, I'm doing a drawing tomorrow for a gift card or a fabulous prize out of my basket. All they have to do is mention your name when they join my group, and I've been writing tickets. Look, guys, you think I'm kidding? Tickets. Every time somebody joins the group and it says, who invited you? And I write the name. You guys go into my little box, tickets. Okay, we got lots of tickets over here, so I can't wait to see who's going to win the drawing. I just love prizes, and I hope you do. Oh, Edith is excited. Awesome. Edith, invite your friends. It's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of information that you can implement. So get your pencils sharpened, get your highlighters ready, get your notebook, or I'll tell you a trick. Use your device. Use your Google Doc. You know why? Because it'll type it for you and you can search. And I'll teach you some more apps as well. But I will see you tomorrow, guys. Have a blessed night. Bye for now. Mwah.